Hi, hello students. How are you today? Are you okay? Or KO? Okay? Or KO? I am okay. I hope you are okay too. As you see, here we are again. One more week. You cannot go to the school. Well, maybe next week, okay? Don't worry about the test. When we go to the school, we will make that test. Okay, but now this week we have to continue with the contents in our book. And today we are going to start a new unit number 4. Okay, maybe it's the last unit we will learn this semester. Unit number 4, so let's go with it. It's about multiplication. Okay, can you repeat with me, please? Multiplication. Okay, we have learned already addition, subtraction, and now we are talking about multiplication. Okay, what is multiplication and how to use it? Let's go to my notebook. I will explain you step by step. Okay, here we are. So basically multiplication is a shortcut of an addition. Okay, so for example, I will give you one example. If we have a class, let's imagine, okay, this is a big class. Okay, this is our class. Here is the blackboard, the table. The blackboard is here. Okay, the table of the teacher is here, and now the students are all around the class. Let's imagine that we have 1, 2, 3 rows of desks, okay? And each row has 1 desk, 2 desks, 3 desks, and 4 desks. Okay, here the same. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is the total of the class. How many desks are in total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 desks. Okay, but let's imagine that we don't want to count all the desks in a class. So we think okay, there are 3 rows, and each row has 4 desks. Okay, so we can say, okay, 1 row 4, the second row 4, or the third row another 4. So we got 4, 8, 12 desks. You see the same result. But what about if we want to make a shortcut? Maybe we can use multiplication. How? Just multiplying the number of rows, 3, by the number of desks in 1 row, 4. We can read this as 3 multiplied by 4, or 3 times 4. Okay, which makes sense. I will explain you why. If we say 3 times 4, it makes sense. Okay, because we can count 4 3 times. Sorry, yes, 3 times. 1 time 4, 2 times 8, 3 times 12. Okay, so this is why we say 3 times 4, but we can also read a multiplication like 3 multiplied by 4. Okay, there are 2 ways of reading multiplication. And no matter if we count 1 by 1, if we use addition, or if we use multiplication will get the same answer. Okay, but the difference is if we count all the desks one by one, we take so long time. If we use addition, we take a little bit shorter time, but if we use multiplication, is the shortest way to count up, okay, to know the answer. So now with this example clear about multiplication, in the multiplication we have two properties. I will write here for you. Okay, we have commutative property and associative. But first let's go with commutative property of multiplication. What is the commutative property of multiplication? So if you open your book in the page 112, here we have an example. Okay, the example says if we have 3 rows, 1, 2, and 3 rows of plants, and each row has 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, how many plants are all together? So the same that before, that we can count just one by one. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so we can count one by one like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and we'll get 12. But we can do it also as an addition. Okay, we say 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals 12. But today we are talking about multiplication. Okay, and this we can say that equals 3 rows multiplied by 4 plants each row equals 12. But there is another example that say, let's imagine that there are not 3 rows. Let's imagine that there are 4 rows like this. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and inside of each row there are 1, 2, and 3 plants. Okay, so we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. You see, in this case we can say that the number of rows, which is 4, multiplied by the number of plants inside of each row equals, well, how many plants are inside of each row? 3 equals 12. Okay, as you see, here we have a commutative property, which means that in a multiplication we can switch the position of the numbers and we'll get the same answer. Okay, and this is how it works, and it works with every multiplication we want to do. For example, 5 multiplied by 2 equals 10, and 2 multiplied by 5 equals 10, as always. Okay, so this is how to understand the commutative property of multiplication. So in the page number, I want you to take a look. Okay, page number 112. You have an exercise, okay, that says fill in the gap with the correct answer. Okay, and you have two multiplications like this. And number one, you got 3 multiplied by 6, and it equals 6 multiplied, and then you have a space like this. So as we said, we can switch the position of the numbers, so the answer would be 3. Okay, now let's move on with the next content, that is associative property of multiplication. Okay, associative property of multiplication. What is associative property of multiplication? When we multiply 3 numbers, we can multiply any 2 numbers first and then multiply the product with the other number, and we still get the same product. What does it mean? It means that if we have 3 numbers, for example, here we have an example of egg boxes. Okay, egg boxes. This is an egg box. Okay, inside the egg box there are 2 rows, and each row has 3 eggs. Okay, 3 eggs, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes of eggs. Okay, as you can see in the book, okay, page number 113, this is the word problem. Okay, 6 boxes like this. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Sorry for my drawing, I know it's not good, but I'm trying to do it fast. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so how many eggs are here? So basically we have here 3 numbers. That is the number of boxes. How many boxes we have here? First, number of boxes. How many boxes? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes. Okay, inside the boxes, how many rows? 1, 2 rows. And inside of 1 row, how many eggs? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so here we have the correct multiplication to get the total of eggs that we have. Okay, is the number of boxes, the number of, this is rows, and this is eggs in 1 row. Okay, now we have already the multiplication. Okay, that is 6 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3. The associative property of multiplication says that we can multiply first 6 by 2, which is 12, and then multiply by 3, which gave us 3 multiplied by 2, 6, 3 multiplied by 1, 3. Okay, but we can also do this operation, 6 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3. We can also start multiplying 2 by 3. Okay, it's the same result as you will see here. 2 multiplied by 3 equals 6, and multiplied by 6 equals 36. You see, the same result. This is the meaning of, this is how it works, the associative property of multiplication. No matter what multiplication or what operation you do first, and then where you put the brackets, the open and the closed brackets, you will get always the same result. Okay. Also, here you have the third option, that is multiplies 6 by 3, and then by 2. Okay, 6 by 3 and by 2, and the result is going to be the same. Okay, 6 multiplied by 3, 18, multiplied by 2, 36. You see, this is how works the associative property of multiplication. Now let's make some examples together. Okay, you can open your book, page number 114. Page number 114, and we have especially we are going to solve together exercise number 2, 1 and 2. Okay, exercise number 2, the big one. Okay, in these pages are exercise number 1 and number 2, and inside the number 2 we have 4 more, so we are going to solve 1 and 2. The first one is 2 multiplied by 6 multiplied by 5. Okay, as you know, you can choose which operation you are going to do first, 2 multiplied by 6 or 6 multiplied by 5. It's up to you. Okay, I think 2 multiplied by 6 first is easier, so you can write in the place you have in your book, you can write this. You can write open brackets 2 multiplied by 6 close brackets multiplied by 5, which equals 2 multiplied by 6 equals 12 multiplied by 5. Here you have, and finally 12 multiplied by 5. If 5 multiplied by 10 equals 50, okay, 5 multiplied by 11 equals 55, and 5 multiplied by 12 equals 60. Okay, this is the final answer. Now let's go with the number 2. 2. Here we have 4 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 5. Okay, here let's choose to do 3 multiplied by 5 first. Okay, so 3 multiplied by 5 equals 15 multiplied by 4. 15 2 times is 30, so 32 times is 60. Okay, it's the same result. Okay, did you get it? So this is all we're going to learn today. Well, we have another short explanation about multiplying by 0. Okay, multiplying by 0, or 0 and multiplication. Okay, which actually is really easy to understand. Any number that we multiply by 0 equals 0. 2 multiplied by 0, 0. 348 multiplied by 0, 0. 7,148 multiplied by 0, 0. 9 multiplied by 0, 0. Always the same, okay? Always, every time that we multiply a number by 0, we will get always 0, 0, 0, 0. Easy, okay? Really easy. So now, homework. What color do you want for homework? This one. Homework. Homework for you is page number 112, 114, and 15. Okay, this is the homework that I want you to do. And that's all for today, for today's lesson. I hope you could learn something with me. I know it's a little bit difficult at first with multiplication, but little by little we are going to learn and get it together. Have a good week and hope to see you next week at the school. Bye bye.